Welcome to All in Sports Talk. I'm your host, Mario Pagliato. A lot of action this week in the world of sports, midweek and the weekend. Let's start off first in midweek. First in Italy, some big games. Juve took on Cagliari, beat them 4-0. It was a big win for Juve after coming off a devastating loss in the Derby d'Italia to Inter Milan. Inter took on Empoli during the week, beating them 2-0, extending their winning streak. Also a big matchup. AC Milan took on Lazio, beating them 2-0. What goes by Mbaye Niang and Carlos Bacca. Now, some of the weekend games in Italy. Juventus took on Palermo, beating them 1-0 with an atrocious own goal by a young Palermo defender. The only way he's going to get better is through his mistakes, so hopefully he doesn't make that again. Napoli took on Chievo, beating them 2-0. Upset here, though. Torino beat Roma 3-1 with a brace by Falque, and the only goal from Roma was scored by none other than the captain, the veteran, Francesco Totti, who is the second player now in Serie A history to score 250 Serie A goals. So shout out to the 25-year veteran and to maybe many more years to come, hopefully. In England, midweek, they did not play the Premier League. It was cup games. First off, Chelsea took on Leicester City, beating them 4-2. And they had to come from behind in that game. They were down 2-0, so they rallied back and got the win, which is good for them. Hard-fought win. Manchester City took on Swansea during the week in cup game, beating them 2-1. Manchester United took on Northampton, winning 3-1. And now let's see in the Premier League this weekend, Man U destroyed Leicester City 4-1. Wasn't even close. I don't know what's going on with Leicester City this year. Maybe teams have figured them out. I don't know. It's still early on in the season. Anything can happen. Hope they turn it around. I love underdog teams, so hope they could turn the tables. Arsenal destroyed. Wasn't even close. They 3-0 against Chelsea. Ripped open that defense like it was nothing. Liverpool took on Hull City. Liverpool just can't stop winning as of late, destroying their opponents 5-1 with 2 penalty goals from Milner. Manchester City took on Swansea again this weekend, beating them 3-1. Now in Spain, Barcelona took on Sporting Gijon with winning 5-0 with a brace by Neymar Jr. and Real Madrid ended in a 2-2 draw against Las Palmas. Also, some UFC Fight Night action in Brazil last night. Roy Nelson took on Brazil's own Antonio Bigfoot Silva. Roy Nelson knocked Bigfoot out in the second round. And of course, the Mike Tyson of women's MMA, Chris Cyborg, made her second UFC appearance last night against Swedish fighter Landsberg, beating her in the second round, by TKO. She's just a monster, man. I don't know why they don't give her real opponents like Rousey or Amanda Nunes, Miesha Tate, Holly Holm, Shevchenko. Those are dream fights I want to see, and every MMA purist want to see. Also, Renan Barão made his second fight in the featherweight division, this time winning by unanimous decision over Nover. Well, Chris Cyborg, I would really like to see her fight at UFC 205. She didn't really take that much. She didn't take any damage last night. It's about a month and a half away, but I think she could do it. Hopefully they could put a super fight together. That would be a huge card. A huge fight for her if she could be on that card, I should say. And now we'll take you over to A.Rich.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another beautiful segment of the All In Sports Talk YouTube channel. We are here each and every Sunday night. We are on the podcast, on the radio every day of the week. So essentially, you get to see and hear our beautiful faces and voices 7 days a week. Continue to subscribe, continue to listen, continue to watch as we expand this brand. We are a voice for the fans. So continue to watch and continue to enjoy. Now, today I wanted to talk about, I always come prepared into any situation. And I was fully prepared to talk about what I wanted to talk about today. But the sporting world is always breaking news, and there's always events, some of them tragic, some of them great events. This one, unfortunately, is a tragic event, but it cannot be ignored. Rest in peace, Jose Fernandez, my condolences goes out to your family. For those that don't know him, this is the star-studded pitcher from the Miami Marlins, the ace, one of the best pitchers in the game, period. Jose Fernandez, my condolences goes out to your family, to the Miami Marlins organization, as well as Major League Baseball in its totality. We have lost a special young man and a special young talent that we cannot replace. Jose Fernandez is irreplaceable in my book. I'm a New York Met fan, so I get to see him often. I got to see him often during his 4-year career with the Miami Marlins, and the kid was a beast. Quite frankly, I can't describe him in no other words besides beast, and he will surely be missed. My condolences, and I hope that your family somehow gets over this soon. Now, the New York Giants, Washington Redskins is must-see TV. The reason being the Giants and Redskins is must-see TV, obviously, is because of Odell Beckham and Josh Norman. Round 2 is getting ready to tip off momentarily, and we've all been talking about this event all week, and we all cannot wait to see what transpires during the Redskins and Giants game between these two high-profile individuals. But I have been hearing and seeing all week everybody talk about Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham has matured and came a long way, so he won't let Josh Norman get into his head. Which is right. That is correct. But at the same time, I believe that we are stating the obvious. What happened last year is not football. What happened last year, a lot of fines was handed out, punches were thrown, and that's not football. That's not what us fans want to see. We want to see a great football game between two great individuals. So what transpired last year better not happen this year. That's common sense. Punches was thrown last year, so that's human nature for us to think that it's going to be a different turnaround this year. But it's more than one man to be talked about here. It's more than one man that makes this must-see TV. Odell Beckham plays cornerbacks every week, and it's not must-see TV every week between two guys. Josh Norman is a big part of what's going on today, and I want to see if he's matured in a way to keep his composure, to keep his sanity during the football game, to keep his emotions intact against an Odell Beckham Jr. Can he and will he mature from last year's situation as well? Not to a point of where punches is being thrown, but to the point where he doesn't have the mental lapses of getting beat deep by Odell Beckham, but is fortunate by an Odell Beckham drop. So I want to see the maturity of a Josh Norman from a mental aspect in this game today, and I believe we will see the best of Josh Norman that we've seen since this season has started. Continue on real quick. We all seen Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots dismantle the Houston Texans this past Thursday night. So now everybody want to know, is it Tom Brady getting it done, or is it the system? It looks like the system can have anybody at quarterback, and New England Patriots will get a victory. Well, while I do enjoy and I love Bill Belichick as a coach, and I appreciate his system, and it's a good system because even back to Matt Castle going 10-6, we've seen that the system does work. But let's not take away the greatness of a Tom Brady. Let's not ignore how great of a quarterback Tom Brady is. This man is probably the best quarterback in the history of the game. So let's not go and lose it. Let's not jump out the window and get carried away with ourselves. We always get carried away when a star misses some games and the team continues to win. The first question we as fans, as human beings, pose is Russell Westbrook Do the OKC, the Thunder need Russell Westbrook? Do Chicago Bulls need Derrick Rose? Do the New England Patriots need Tom Brady? We always jump out the window when stars miss games and organizations still win. Organizations still have to run their team and try to get that victory. So they're going to do what they got to do in the meantime, in that stint, to get those victories. So I will definitely go in depth more in my show tomorrow, the Everything Sports Podcast, on Bill Belichick, who's the beneficiary, the quarterbacks or the system. Until next time, you're going to tune into myself. You're going to tune into Nicole Monique next week, and that's what she said sports on the All In Network's YouTube channel. Until next time.
Some big games this upcoming week. First off, Champions League is back. Some big games there. Let's go to first. Borussia Dortmund will play Real Madrid. Probably two of the best midfields in Europe. There is Bayern Munich, but two of the best. Okay, Borussia Dortmund does have good midfield. So all you Bayern Munich fans out there, give them some credit. I know they're your rivals. Next, English champions Leicester City take on Porto. Juventus against Dynamo Zagreb. Former France champions take on defending UEFA Europa champion Sevilla. AS Monaco look on to take German side Bayer Leverkusen. Atletico de Madrid take on Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich will be playing without Hummels because he has injured his knee. So that will be a blow to the team on the defensive side. Napoli take on Portuguese champions Benfica. Those are all the big games in Champions Leagues. Now, let's see my picks. Dortmund versus Madrid. I think Madrid should pull it off, but I'm going to say a draw, 1-1. Leicester City against Porto, I give Porto 2-0, a 2-0 victory. I think Juventus will beat Dynamo Zagreb 2-0. Sevilla Lyon, I don't think that's a tough one. I'll say 0-0 there, a draw. Monaco versus Bayer Leverkusen, I give it to Bayer Leverkusen 2-1. Atletico de Madrid versus Bayern Munich. It's either way. Atletico Madrid has the best defense in Spain, and Bayern Munich has one of the best midfields in all of Europe and the world. So that's a tough one. I'll say 2-2, and Napoli beats Benfica 2-1. Those are my picks for Champions League. Now some big games in the NFL to look forward to next week. NFC North rivalry, the Detroit Lions take on the Chicago Bears. And in the NFC South, Matty Ice's Atlanta Falcons take on Super Cam's Carolina Panthers. In Italy, some big games to look forward to. Torino takes on Fiorentina. Roma takes on Inter. Also, in England, second place Tottenham Hotspurs take on first place and undefeated Manchester City. In Spain, Valencia will take on Atletico de Madrid. And now let's go to a hot topic. Some UFC 205 news, some fights added to the card. Miesha Tate will take on Raquel Pennington, and strawweight women's champion Johanna will be defending her belt in Madison Square Garden. I think they were going to announce the main event for that card by Tuesday. That's what I heard from MMA reporters. Also, Roma are planning to build a $1 billion stadium. I don't know when the deadline is. But they are starting negotiations next week for it. Also, Marco van Basten, Dutch legend, Milan legend, Ajax legend, 3-time Ballon d'Or winner, will be the new FIFA chief officer. And Carlo Ancelotti has told reporters that he is open to a return to Paris Saint-Germain. Now, if you have your picks or games that I didn't mention that you're looking forward to, please put them in the comments. This is All in Sports Talk. We're out.